What's up, guys? Zach Silverstacks coming to you with another video. I want to thank you for joining me for what is going to now be the first video in my series of grading. I told you guys I was going to do the grading process and make a series out of it. I believe there's going to be 4 videos. This is the first one. This one is going to be my grade predictions. Now, I think this is going to be a lot of fun because now this is my first grading experience, but I feel like I've learned a lot in even the small amount of time I've been doing this, just because I had the advantage of the gentleman who has years and years of experience with it, and I get to see a lot of great coins that very few people in this world have ever laid eyes on. So I think I have an advantage at that point, but I think this is going to be fun because I know that there are some that are really supportive. I know that there's some that are supportive out there as well, but it still are a little bit suspicious, or not suspicious, but more skeptical that I know what I'm doing. So this is going to be a fun way to find out. If I end up being completely off, well, oh well. But I think that I'm pretty on point with a lot of my grades that I've predicted. So first up is the 1953 Franklin right here. Let's get a good look here. All right. See the hairline comes. I need an actual camera. The hairline actually comes all the way up here in person, but got full bell marks here. So I've graded this one as either at lowest MS mint state full bell, which is the grade for, there's mint state condition and then there's mint state with full bell, which basically just means that the details on the full bell are there and it makes it a lot more valuable. I got MS FBL, which is mint state full bell 63, which is right now at $75 an NGC price guide, and then I got mint state full bell 64, which is at $185 on NGC price guide. I really feel like an MS64 is doable there. I think that I won't have a problem at all with that one. And my next one is the 1962D. See here? So yeah, oh, my camera's working a little better. You can see the hairlines coming up all the way to the top of the head. This one's in great shape. Not one of the better date years, but I think it will be possible for me to get the full bell lines here. As you can see, the lines going across the crack. It's not picking up the crack very well, but the crack comes here. And then the writing. So I think that's going to get me. I predict this one is MS FBL 64, which is at $75, and I think I may get it may be doable for a 65 on this one. I think that I might be hurt myself with that little blemish there. But other than that, really a flawless coin. And then MS FBL 65, which is at $650 right now. So hoping for that one. Next one is 1955. This one may hurt me with the toning around the edges. For whatever reason, they don't like to grade higher than 63 for the toning on the edges if the whole coin's not toned for Franklin's. But I also have this one at MS 64, $65, and with the strike, it's such a strong strike. This is my best one for the full bell. I think that as far as getting a high grade, this is my best, strongest strike for the full bell. The only thing that would keep me from getting a 66 on this one is the toning, because it's really a flawless coin. But I have MS 66 at best case scenario, full bell with $465. And then my last one, which is the biggest money piece on this one for the full bell, worth the most money, very strong strike. I do have a little bit of toning on the edges, but it's a beautiful coin, very, very strong strike and a strong eye appeal. Plus I have the full bell details. And this one's a really nice one too. I do have a little nick here and a little nick here, so that may keep me from what I want, but I have this one at MS FBL 64, which is at $190, and MS FBL 65, which is at $1,300. So I would love to get that 65 on that one. But you know, maybe I'm wrong, and you guys can all laugh at me when the box comes in for the final video. Next, I have the Barber half, which I'm just doing this one for fun because it's not going to be very expensive to grade it. And I think that from what I've seen, I think I can get very fine on this one, a low very fine. I think they grade it in 3 numbers for very fine. But if you look closely, you can read out the L, I, and then B halfway through, and then the Y at the end. The full ear is there. I've got leaf detail, and there's no running together in the words from the rim. The rim is very strong still, and it's a D as well, 1912 D, and the feathers are all pretty decently noticeable here. So I think I'm going to get a very fine here, and if I do, that's worth $115 on NGC Price Guide. So next one is my large cent, and this is an 1852. Now I have a hard time getting the details on this one because of the color, but you can see the strike is very strong. Come on. Braid all the way through, liberties all the way through. You can see the distinction in the forehead. The rimming is great. Stars are all great. And the back is really nice as well. Very strong strike here. Whoops, sorry. Upside down. And still detail in the corn husk or whatever it's called. So I've given myself on this one AU58, which is $200, and I don't think this is going to happen, but you know, a guy can wish. MS60 would be $230. All right, next we have the piece dollars, like I said, and these ones are kind of interesting because they're all 1924s, but I have a 1924S, which I believe is this one, and this one is very interesting. You know what I found out about toning? And I think I said this in my last video, that whatever the coin is actually kept in, from the duration of when it's been collected, it has a big influence on how a coin tones. And piece dollars are very notorious for toning with like a metallic look on them, in purple as well, depending on what they're kept in. But this piece dollar has really interesting toning, and most piece dollars that are graded in MS, unless they're really high in mint state, they're going to have a lot of toning. But the strike on here, when viewed under a magnifying glass, everything is still there. Every single feather is in order, and you can't see it on the camera, but oh yeah, you can. There is an S mark right there. Okay, and this is a 1924, like I said. So this one right now I have at AU58. I think I just might get marked down for, I don't know how the eye appeal is going to be with the grader. Probably not very great. So AU58 on the strike alone, which is $155, and MS62 if the eye appeal or the toning works out for me because the strike is so strong, it would be MS62 at $345. Next is the 1924 Philly. Which one? Okay, this is the metallic. This one has interesting toning on it as well, and you can't really tell in person, but it's like a metallic tone on it. It's really interesting, but the strike is very strong on it, so I'm happy about that. And the feathers the strike on the feathers are really strong as well, with just beautiful toning. I think eye appeal on this one will help me with the toning because it is a strong eye appeal, a really beautiful tone, so that can help me. But I have this one with strike alone at MS64, which is $70. But because of the toning, I don't know how they're going to rate this, but if it is considered strong eye appeal, the strike alone is almost perfection, and I would have that at MS66 at $800. Now that's best case scenario. Obviously, I'm thinking more MS64, just because I don't know. Now this is the 1924 piece dollar, my last one. No toning at all. No toning at all. Beautiful strike. Very, very nice eye appeal to it. The strike, as you can see on the back, it's a lot more clear to see with no toning. Very, very strong. But I gotta be honest, I'm a little worried that this one's been cleaned, and I can't really tell, and I haven't taken it into my friend at the coin shop to take a look at, but it just doesn't have that as strong as a luster as I feel like it should have. But I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure. But if it hasn't been cleaned, strike alone, MS64 $70. MS66, I have it at $800. So I got a couple more categories to go. I hope you're all laughing at me or having a good time, because I certainly have been. This has been so fun to gather all this collections. My bread and butter, so to speak, is next, which is my Morgans, and you guys will not believe how phenomenal my Morgans look right now. So let me get those. Now what you've all been waiting for, or not waiting for, because you might think that this is really, really boring. I'm having a good time. But these are my Morgans that I'm sending in. Now, I am not sending in until the 1st of next month, as I've already told you, so that'll give me plenty of time to do my series. But I may be picking up a couple extra to throw in. But I had picked up one today. Actually, I picked up 4 today. He had gotten some stuff in, and the 1878 is what I really went there for. But I had some other things that he wanted. That I really, it was just constitutional stuff that I really didn't want, so I ended up trading out for him. Gave me his Morgans at cost, so I was very happy about that. Ended up picking up this one, this one, this one. Well, actually, I'll just show you in the video. I'll just show you. All right, so the first one is the 1880 or 1878, which is the first year of issue, and this one is the Philly Mint, which is the 7 to 8 tail feather strong. This is a very strong strike, so it's not going to be the weak grade. But this is the 7 tail feather one, 1878, and I am very confident that this coin is going to get deep proof. I mean, it's just such a mirrored finish. The only bad part that I'm thinking is the fact that it is a little bit scratched up. In the backing, because it's a proof-like coin, but I think this is going to get a deep proof. But for the sake of argument, worst case scenario, it's definitely going to be at least PL. I got MS60. Well, let me show you the back, and you can probably tell a little bit better of what I'm talking about here. I mean, unbelievable. Just completely mirrored. I love it. But anyway, I got this one at MS64 PL, which is because of first year of issue, and the 7 tail feather strong strike, which you can tell it definitely is a strong strike. Just look at the breast of the eagle. If I can get it to focus. I mean, look at that. Just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. A lot of the scratches are on the case too, on the capsule, which I'll be fixing before I send in. But behind the ear, the strong strike. I mean, it's just a beautiful coin. But I have this one at MS64 PL at the lowest, which is 1,050. Then I have in between MS65 PL, which is 3,950. But best case scenario, which I'm pretty sure this is going to be a deep proof-like, so deep proof-like, which is MS64 DPL, 5,650. And then what I honestly hope it would be the absolutely lottery jackpot win, which would be Mint State 65, deep proof-like, $21,000. Now, I might be hurt because of the scratches in the background, so I don't know if they would actually give me the 65. I doubt they will. I know it'll get 64. I have a strong feeling about it. I've had so many examples to look at for this year with the coin, my coin shop mentor. He has a lot of them graded in 64 and 65 in DPL, and mine looks the same, if not better. So the next one is an 1878S. See if I can get this to focus, because my camera it's like so spotty. If anything's gonna hurt me, it's gonna be this. It's just not a strong eye appeal at all. There are some scuffs in the background, but overall a very clean background, I think. You know, very strong strike as well, so I think that'll help me. And the back has a really strong strike too. So one of the top processes in grading is the strong strike, eye appeal, and key date. So mintage basically. And the strike is going to help me on all my coins, because I don't have one that I'm sending in for the Morgans that aren't really strong strikes. But the reverse is really nice, but it's just the obverse that that toning there, I think, is going to hurt me. But anyway, I have it at MS64, $125, and MS65 is $365. So overall, I think it'll do well enough for it to be worth sending in, but we'll see. Next one is 1879S, which is just hard. Honestly, it's hard to find a mark on this coin. It's gorgeous. I got a little bit of a nick on the chin there, but as you can see, the strike is also very strong, and it has a gorgeous eye appeal. Nobody can deny that. And the only thing that may hurt me is this little blemish, but because of how flawless it is in the background as far as marks, and as strong as the strike is, I think that it has a strong possibility of going 64 to 65, which would just be $90 to $190. But, you know, without that, I mean, it might even go 66, which I didn't put down. Don't want to get my hopes up too much. Don't want to be unrealistic, but I think that's one of the nicer ones that I have as far as eye appeal and condition go. Next one is 1883. I believe this one is my Carson City. It is. All right. Get you a nice look here. So a decent strike, not the strongest. Carson City wasn't known for having the strongest strike. The Esmint San Francisco's are known for having the strongest strikes. But either way, the eye appeal is great. I mean, I got a little blemish there, but the background is very clean. And the back of the coin itself, is almost mirrored. I mean, it's beautiful. Very flawless in the back. So for that reason, I think I'm going to have either MS64 or Mint State Prooflight 64 at a $225, or MS65 to MSPL 65, which would be, you know, anywhere from $250 to $625. Either way, I'm excited to send it in. I think it's going to do well. Next one is probably one of my favorites because of the original bag toning. That is very popular among Morgan collectors, period. It really is. And in a lot of cases, grades get moved up to a higher grade because of it. If it's not alone it's not that alone can get it up a whole nother grade, but with some other adding attributes it can. So that being said, I mean, even the coin without that is a beautiful coin. There's a little bit of scuffing on it, but a strong strike still, and it's got the original bag toning on the back starting to come in too. So overall, I think this coin's going to do really well. Only problem is it's really not that worth that. This is an O, by the way. So it's an 1883 O, and I got it at MS65 with the condition and the bag toning, which would be at $195. So that's the top row. Now, obviously, you guys may be bored, and I get that, but I want to have a record showing, you know, what I thought my grades were going to be. So that way, if I'm right, I can say I'm right, and it would be that much more exciting. But if I'm wrong, you guys can all laugh at me and call me an idiot, and we'll laugh about it. And also, you know, it'll make me better in my future grading processes, because you guys all know that what I'm doing here is simply to make more money to put into ounces. I paid very little for these because of my connection, and I plan to flip them down once I get the grading, you know, because of how little I paid for them. I mean, if it grades the way I think it's going to bring me some money to put in some more actual bullion ounces. So anyway, let's keep moving because I'm talking forever. 1887 is just a Philly, and oh, that's not my screen. Very, very strong eye appeal. Okay, you have to really look hard to find a mark on this coin. A little bit of scratching here, but overall, it's definitely close to flawless. Decently strong strike, but the back is what does it. You know, I think that this side is gonna help me a lot on it. It's just I can't even see a mark through the camera here. You know, so for that alone, I gave this an MS65 to MS66, which would be $190 or $450. Next, we have the 1890S, which is also a strong eye appeal coin that I have here. Just an all-around great coin. Strong strike. So you can see the S mark at the bottom here. Let me get it to focus a little bit better. There we go. A little bit of scuffing at the top there, but as you can see, this coin's going to do very well. And for that reason, I have it at MS64 to MS65, which is $320 to $1,400. So I know that that one's going to do very well. I'm very confident about that one. Okay, next I have the 1891. Take a good look at this one. Very strong strike behind the ear. A little bit of some scuffing on the background here, but on the reverse, just like a couple of my others, you can tell, I mean, it's a gorgeous coin and a very strong strike on the chest. So I think this coin's also going to do very well in grading. And this one is, I have it at MS64, which would be $370, and MS65, which would be $1,850. This one's interesting. Guys, I don't know if you've ever seen these before. Maybe I'm too young, but you see that little slip here? It's a little capsule that you put inside with the airtight to give it a little bit of extra. I thought that was the coolest thing, and in fact, most of them in here have that. And I asked him, I said, where did you get that? And he says, they don't do it anymore. That's something they used to do back in the days when Morgan just started being popular collecting. And it's probably been in here since then. You know, it's been in here a long time, which is why it's such a flawless coin. This is 1879, Philly Morgan. And as you can see in the background, it's hard to find even a mark on this coin. And even any like discoloring is on the capsule that it's on anyway. I really feel like there's a strong chance for any of them. It's going to be this one to get an MS67, just because, I mean, look at this thing. Just gorgeous. And I'm pretty sure that I mixed that up. This is an 1879, so I messed up somewhere. Yeah, this is my 1879. Where's my 1896? Okay. Well, I don't know how I messed that up. But anyway, I have this one at MS67, which would be 3,000, and MS66 would be 600. So overall, I think what I have here is going to do very well. I am going to also be sending in my Isle of Man, just because it is the last year that it's ever been graded. This has never been out touching the air except for when I took it out of the mint packaging, and I did so because I didn't want it to tone, because I wanted to send it in for grading. Right now, I mean, when I bought this, it was $19. I bought it early on in the year, and you know, now you can't even find them, and if you can, they're $30 ungraded. If they're graded, I've seen them at $69, or MS69 is going for like $129, and MS70 is at $149 to $160. You might be able to find them cheaper on eBay, but either way, I think there's a lot of opportunity for this coin later down the road. So for that reason, I'm going to send it in with a lot. But anyway, guys, I know that was probably not the most fun video I've ever made, but you know, I wanted to have a record for when, you know, the last video of the unboxing to reveal the grade, so that we could have something to reference. So you guys can either congratulate me when I guess all my grades right, or you can make fun of me. But either way, we'll crash and burn together. All right, guys, I hope you're having a great week, and I will see you soon for another video. Have a good one.